Yes. All right, very good, sir. Thank you.
Morning, George.
Good morning.
Miss Royce not in yet?
No, I thought it was too good to last.
What do you mean?
Well, you'll never get a girl like that to stay in a manufacturing plant. Not enough glamour.
Did that Manchester contract go off all right yesterday?
How should I know? I wasn't in.
You went in?
No. I phoned Miss Royce. I wasn't feeling very well, didn't she tell you?
Tell me? How could she tell me? I wasn't here either.
I don't understand. You mean both of us?
I was feeling under the weather too. Wonder why Jenkins didn't phone.
Don't know. Jenkins, McIntosh, Rosen, Norton.
Here, let me have some of those.
Here was half. Jones.
It's not possible. Don't believe it. Everybody. Nobody came in here yesterday.
43 people absent. The complete workforce. Factory and office staff. Except
Yes?
Miss Royce.
And she's not in today. You better check to see if there's anything missing.
Yes.
I can't make head nor tail of this. I'm going to call the police. George, see if you can locate Miss Royce. Try her home.
I'll see to it right away.
As a result of the above information placed by Mr. Frank Bellman of Bellman Parsons Chemicals, I conducted a number of interviews amongst people living in the area. Mr. Albert Simmons.
I've walked the dog this way every morning since I retired. Wednesday was like any other work day. Everybody seemed to be doing it.
There is also an apartment block that overlooks the site.
I'm about halfway up, number 87. Got a good view over Bellman Parsons, if you can call it a good view. I was in and out on the balcony as usual. Nothing special happened, don't think. Except... Yeah, that was Wednesday. They had a bit of trouble with this tanker. But apart from that, it was just an ordinary day. Business as usual, I'd say.
Despite the fact, therefore, that none of the production staff was able, through illness, to report for the first shift on the day in question, all outside indications were of a perfectly normal day's work. Workforce unknown.
Здравствуйте, господин. Ваш друг уже здесь.
Yes, but which way is the compartment?
Пожалуйста, вторая налево.
Yes, thank you.
Come in. Welcome to Valish.
Peace and friendship.
Peace.
I hope I'm not disturbing your night's work.
No, make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. 7 hours in a B-52 SAC bomber. 9 hours in an RAF V bomber. And 3 more in a Russian helicopter. Gives a man a new slant on comfort. Oh.
Your reply said you were in the area. Was that a joke?
A poor one. I was in Bogota.
Look at that.
London.
Small chemical plant. Somebody must have gone to a lot of trouble.
42 people, the whole of production and office staff of the company, suffer the effects of mild poisoning induced by arsenic.
Enough to cry off work the following day.
How was it introduced, this arsenic?
Saw it in there somewhere. Tea break. Both tea and coffee urns had traces of it.
Yeah, but this receptionist, Miss Royce, she was never seen again.
Correct?
So how long was she with the company?
Less than a week.
References?
Impeccable.
Till the police checked them, you mean?
Take a look at that. Might help.
Miss Royce, huh?
Yes, probably fairly close. Naturally, she would have been known by most of the people in the plant.
Well, she's not exactly inconspicuous. Most guys would probably have treated themselves to a second look. Okay. Now, where to locate Jason?
I thought he was with you.
With me? Jason in a jungle.
Hold it! Hold it! Higher, higher. No, the machete. Now, fierce. Just a minute.
What?
Hang on. Now, just hold that position. Now then, really fierce this time. Hold it.
Look, is this necessary? I mean, look at these ridiculous pants, and these boots are killing me. I mean, look, my novels are sold perfectly well before. Why this ludicrous campaign?
Well, look, don't ask me, Mr. King. All I know is they said they're hoping this one's going to top the international bestseller list.
What? Oh.
I see.
Fiona, darling, take your position.
Oh, I suppose there are compensations.
Now, close, close. Bare your chest. No, Jason.
Oh.
That's it. Fierce now. Angry. Angry. Hold it.
Oh, thank you. Would you just put it down there?
Anything?
Oh, one thing's just come to light.
What's all this?
Don't turn your nose up. Some of the best clues are found in dustbins. You ought to know that. There's a list compiled by Miss Royce.
A lot of names ticked off. Employees who phoned in to say they couldn't make it to work that day?
Yes, with one exception.
George Redmond.
Unticked.
What exactly do you manufacture here, Mr. Bellman?
We filter cough syrup, mix basic chemicals for larger companies. All our products are freely available on the open market.
Well, what about special equipment? Anything to do with defense, for instance?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Well, is part of your business to hire out equipment?
Oh, contract work. It's what we do all the time. You know, that's what baffles me. Why anyone should go to these lengths to take over the entire factory. I can't understand it.
Progress?
Very expensive perfume. At least £8 an ounce minimum. But then Miss Royce is more than a simple, loyal receptionist.
As I've already explained, gentlemen, she was only with us a few days.
Mr. Bellman, what can you tell us about George Redmond?
Redmond was with us almost 20 years.
It looks as though he was the only one who failed to telephone Miss Royce to say he wouldn't be in.
He's never missed a day's work in 20 years.
You mean he wouldn't let a stomachache keep him away?
I'd say he would stagger in even if it killed him.
He clearly did.
Well, the autopsy report shows traces of arsenic.
Enough to kill him?
No, he drowned.
Drowned?
Yeah. With the help of a 100-weight of scrap iron attached to his feet.
Well, it looks as if I've got the only lead.
About 5.5 kilos. Coated. Good quality board. Overprinted in gold leaf.
Yes. It shouldn't be too difficult.
Certainly, madam. 5:30 Thursday. Yes, goodbye. Won't keep you waiting long more.
There's something in here that will interest you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thanks.
Excuse me. Velma speaking. If you'll just hold on a moment, please. It's for you. It's Mr. King.
Oh, thank you. Jason, what have you been up to? Where are you? Opposite a rather elegant facade called Cliché of Mayfair.
Cliche? Mayfair? Well, what's that got to do with the case?
I haven't the remotest idea. All I do know is that Miss Royce has just walked in with a fella.
What's he like?
What's who like? Oh, the fella. Crushingly respectable.
Oh, darling, here, take a look at that.
Principal officer. It's quite a promotion.
It wasn't entirely unexpected, as you know, but I thought you'd like to see it confirmed.
It'll make a lot of difference to us, Douglas.
Indeed. Another £2,000 a year, plus a nice living expenses, all tax-free, I hope.
Oh, I asked Johnny to join us in a glass of champagne. You know Mr. State, of course.
Oh, thanks. We've passed a couple of times in the shop. Pleased to meet you.
How do you do?
Well, I hear I've got to congratulate you both.
And Mr. State separately. His promotion was announced today. Principal officer, Northover Electricity Generating Station.
Sounds very impressive to me, Mr. State.
Aren't you going to have a glass of champagne?
I'd say the occasion called for it.
We're ready for you now, madam.
Thank you.
Can I help you? Yes, I'd like to speak to Miss Mortimer, please.
I'm sorry, but she's busy.
It's perfectly all right. I'll wait.
You asked for me?
This is a case of sheer opportunism. I'm in the middle of my new novel. My name is Jason King. How do you do?
Oh, Mr. King. Yes, of course, Mark Caine.
You've read?
Oh, several.
How marvelous. Then you'll appreciate the importance I place on the background, the research, the care I take on the smallest detail.
Yes,
In this new one, I want Mark Caine to visit a beautician.
I see.
So I desperately need your professional advice.
Well,
There will be an acknowledgement. A special mention in the book, of course.
well, then I can hardly refuse, can I, Mr. King?
Jason,
Jason.
now how can we arrange it? I'll need a little time. Shall we say tonight, over dinner, 8 o'clock? Shall I pick you up here? I look forward to the benefit of your advice, Miss Mortimer.
Kate.
Kate.
Do you know what you're doing?
Of course.
You should have thrown him out.
And refused a mention in a Mark Caine novel. Johnny, it's business as usual in the Clichy salon until this is all over. And in business, it pays to advertise. Mr. King would have been suspicious if I'd refused.
Well, so let him.
We've got this far. I'm not taking any chances now. Not even a small one.
Much. What about your ever-loving Douglas?
I can take care of him. Relax, Johnny, relax. Everything's going perfectly. brandy overtax your palate?
Never.
It's been a marvellous evening.
Yes, it has. We must do it again. Soon?
Not for a couple of weeks, I'm afraid. I'm going away.
Out of London?
I'm leaving for Sussex tomorrow.
Oh, well, that's still on the island. I'll drive out and see you.
And then for the continent shortly afterwards.
You'll be back.
Of course.
Browner, healthier.
And I hope richer.
Oh, it's a business trip.
Of sorts.
Oh.
Hello, darling. I thought you left for Northover.
The meeting in London was delayed. I've been calling you all evening.
Oh, what a shame. I'm so sorry. I'd like you to meet my cousin, Jason King. Jason King, the writer. We practically grew up together. I must have mentioned him to you. It's the most extraordinary thing. Jason and I have done nothing but talk about you the entire evening. At least I have. Jason, this is my fiancé, Douglas State.
Of course. One of the few occasions when I can say I've heard so much about you.
I'm pleased to meet you, King. Come to think of it, I believe Kate has mentioned you.
Well, I should hope so. And let me congratulate you. I can assure you, if I weren't a confirmed bachelor...
And my cousin.
Yes. I would be your greatest rival. Well, I suppose I better pop off. When's the big day?
Oh, give us time, Jason. We're hardly engaged.
Thank you for a marvelous evening. I've enjoyed every moment of it.
It's I who should thank you.
Frank! Sam, Frank! I don't pay watchdogs to sleep, understand?
Sorry, Johnny. What time is it? 2, 3 o'clock?
What does it matter what time it is? You're on a job. Now get that other idiot awake. Stay here. Okay, that's the deal. You understand?
Fine.
Okay, Johnny. Right, get that thing started up. I'll meet you outside. Get out of sight. Oh, hello. You, looking for something?
Yes, any objections?
I see.
Leave him! You try anything like that again, Johnny, Sam and me pull out!
I'll fix him. I'll fix him.
Relax, Johnny! By the time he wakes up, we'll be miles away.
Take your hands off me. And make it fast. I'll take a look outside. And don't move anything until I've checked! Just take it nice and easy, sweetheart. You won't get hurt. Annabelle Hurst. It suits you. Department S Interpol.
That doesn't suit her at all, eh, Johnny? Anyway, I told you she was a law.
How did you get onto us?
A lead on the tanker.
Shut up, I was asking her. Well? What does it matter? We're in the clear. And your boyfriend's in no state to follow us. Waiting outside the warehouse. For the man, I guess.
Oh, really? Something to do with the law?
Yes.
How did they find out about us? Well, don't just stand there shaking your head. How much does she know?
More than you think, Miss Royce.
Well, what are we going to do? Would you like me to...
No. No, we'll finish what we started. It'll be easier to decide then.
And for now?
We're leaving. And she can come with us, just in case they found out about this place.
After you. Jason, something for you.
What is it? Cliché salon, facelift.
Thanks a lot.
Find something? Douglas State, newly appointed principal officer of Northover Atomic Generating Station. Her brand new fiancé she was so anxious not to upset. If ever a man was being used, it's Douglas State.
You mean her engagement could be connected with this business?
I'm sure it could. In fact, I go one step further and say if we want to polish our somewhat tarnished reputations, it's going to be at the Northover generating plant, where I bet we'll find Annabelle.
Bellman Parsons Chemical, a factory taken over. A tanker with bulk fuel delivery markings. And an electricity generating station, atomic powered, not yet in service.
I wouldn't say the pieces were falling exactly into place.
What exactly would you say, Jason?
Well, I don't want to quote Mark Cain to you at a time like this, but there was an occasion when he shelved everything and settled for calling in the polizia. Of course, I didn't publish it.
Keep an eye on it. Ah, so far so good.
I've got to meet Douglas in half an hour.
Well, you better get a move on.
Where's the girl?
She's, in the car with Sam.
Remember, Johnny, no violence.
Sure. I'll tell Sam.
It's not Sam I'm worried about.
Right.
How far now?
About 20 minutes.
Look out!
Not one of ours.
Neither is this one. It's not going to make it any easier, you know, trying to find one particular tanker.
Unless it's more than coincidence.
And what does that mean?
That's just an idea. I'm looking for that one moment in the puzzle when all the jigsaw comes together.
You're an optimist, Jason.
I hope you won't find the whole thing too boring, Kate.
Of course not. It's not every day my fiancé's installed as principal officer.
Yes, but a power station, engineers, even the top administrative brass, well, they're not the sort of people you're used to. You don't think you'll find them a bit dull?
Not at all. I'm sure there'll be all sorts of interesting people there. Won't there?
All set? Right. Come on, let's go.
Of course, we're not fully operational. We've had problems with condensate filtration. Damage to turbine blades on test can be extensive unless filtration is effective to 5 micron. I'm sorry, I don't mean to bore you.
I've told you, Douglas, I find it fascinating. When do you start operations?
Very soon now.
But the nuclear core is not installed yet.
No, that's the very last stage. Special visitor's clearance for Miss Mortimer.
Very good, Mr. State.
You're not going to give me any trouble, are you, miss?
You've got trouble enough already, Sam, without me adding to it.
That's not the way I see it.
You don't really think they'll be back for you, Sam? Do you?
your regular day?
No, Friday. We've got 2 men off sick.
Yeah, it's either today or not till after the weekend.
Well, you better go ahead.
Oh,
That's right, yes. I'll keep clear of the car park. We've got important visitors.
What, big day, is it?
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, we'll keep out of everybody's way.
I'm very intrigued, Douglas. All these security checks. What's going on?
All in order?
All in order, Mr. Stade?
What is going on?
It's a surprise for you. The hub of the entire generating system. This section of the station operates under maximum security arrangements.
Already? Before the nuclear cores are fitted? What are you protecting?
Something a good deal more valuable than the atomic core itself. You see, each of these tubes will house radioactive core material. Their composition has been developed to protect the operators from alpha and gamma ray contamination.
I thought that lead was always used to prevent the escape of radioactivity.
No, not with this type of fast breeder reactor. Each tube is an alloy of gold and platinum, worth approximately £20,000 each.
20 tubes. Nearly £500,000.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Now jump back in your skin, Frankie. They're broadcasting the ceremony for everybody who can't be there.
Opportunity to ask all the questions that you want. This generating station comes on service in 2 weeks' time. Today's ceremony is in the nature of a curtain raiser for the main event.
You're wrong, brother. This is the main event.
Based on an entirely
Okay, let's get started.
put into operation for the first time anywhere in the world.
Do you still think they'll be back, Sam?
I said no trouble, miss.
Trouble?
You're trying to needle me.
Oh, come on, Sam. They're planning to ditch you. They're going to leave you here to face, amongst other things, a murder charge.
Murder?
George Redman.
Oh, you don't catch me like that. Johnny just put him away for a couple of hours.
In the River Thames. With 100 weight of scrap iron attached to his feet.
I don't believe you.
Yes, you do, Sam. And you know they're not coming back.
Get out. Go on, get out!
Goodbye, Sam.
You've missed the ceremony, sir.
Well, I'm not here for the ceremony.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a tanker. Bulk fuel delivery service.
Yes, there was one here earlier today.
Usual men?
No, a couple of new ones. The regular delivery day is Friday. What's wrong?
I think you've got your answer.
Are you seriously telling me that Kate Mortimer is involved in this? A £500,000 robbery?
We think so.
Well, I don't believe you.
I'm afraid you'll have to.
This is ridiculous. Mr. King, did you suspect anything at all that night we met in the salon?
Well, yes, of course I suspected, but I didn't have anything specific.
Then it was your duty to inform me.
At that point, it was only conjecture.
But conjecture is not proof. So why is it different now?
Well, we know the objective.
You mean the gold?
A commodity. We didn't know what it was until we traced it here this moment.
But you knew who was going to steal it?
Yes. And, Mr. State, we do know exactly how the security information was leaked. And to whom.
State.
It's gone. The car's gone.
What now, Johnny?
Get the sign changed and get to work fast.
No, just a moment, Stuart.
Well, you got a problem?
Let's start by formulating their problem,
Well, they've got 20 tubes of gold and platinum to dispose of.
which must be sold abroad, the best possible buyer, the least possible danger.
Problem. How to spirit them through Her Majesty's customs.
Answer. Acid.
What?
Aqua regia.
I beg your pardon?
It's a lovely phrase. The royal waters, known to alchemists for thousands of years. Aqua regia. Aqua regis. Mixture of nitric and hydrochloric acid. The only mixture that will dissolve gold and platinum.
You mean they took over Bellman Parsons to prepare a batch of this stuff?
I mean that exactly. And they did it because a few miles down the road, a dozen tankers a day leave the British Acid Corporation for the docks.
Bulk acid shipments to the continent.
How else do you pass £500,000 of gold through Her Majesty's customs invisibly?
Here's Kate. Get ready to move off.
I think we're in the clear.
Maybe.
Where's Sam and the girl?
When we got back, there was no sign of them.
What's that mean?
I don't know, but I'm not hanging around to find out. You've got your ticket?
Yes, 7:45 flight to Amsterdam.
Right, we'll see you over there.
Johnny,
Yeah?
if she got to a telephone, they may have called in the area.
That's a risk we take.
She could have my car number.
If she's a good cop, it's a certainty. Ditch the car first chance you get. Now get a move on.
You won't get to join your friends without boots.
You've got a long wait if you expect them to come through here, Sullivan.
Somehow, I don't think so. How many tankers did British Acid Corporation say are passing through the port a day?
5.
5. Well, number 6 just joined the line.
What's going on up there?
Well, the usual checks. Nothing to worry about. We've got journey documentation, export licenses. We can't go wrong.
Take a look, Johnny. See what's holding things up.
Security, hurry.
Officer, keep an eye on Miss Mortimer.
Right. Okay, take it up. Step down, please.
This side, if you prefer it. All right, seal off the dock area. His friends must be around here, and contact the port police.
I gather Douglas State isn't too enthusiastic about the recovery being done here.
I don't think Douglas State is enthusiastic about anything that reminds him of his lost dignity. Particularly anything to do with Kate Mortimer.
Are you surprised? The security breach alone will take some living down.
Oh, good morning. Mr. Bellman's waiting for you inside, Mr. State. Do forgive the absence of a secretary, but if you remember, the last one did leave in rather a hurry.
This is not a very impressive establishment. To undertake the recovery of the gold and platinum alloy, Mr. Sullivan?
No, but I understand it's a very simple electrochemical process.
So my engineers tell me. Oh, you must just fervently hope that your security is up to the mark, Sullivan.
Mr. State, if you'd come this way, sir, please.
Ah, security.
He's got some nerve. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking he was quite a likable chap. Once you get to know him.